Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you on this Monday morning. Yep, the bad news, it is Monday, but the good news, shortened week. Probably for most of us, 3 days? You're not working on Friday, are you, Jeffy?
No. Chewing the fat's going to go dark.
Oh, wow.
I know.
How will we sustain ourselves through that bleak weekend? Wow.
Break it to us more gently than that, Jeffy.
Also, from his COVID-infested home, Keith Malinak joins us as well. How are things? How's she feeling? COVID
she's
patient.
fine.
Fine?
Yeah. Carrie's doing okay.
You're not experiencing anything?
No, I'm not. Me and the kids are fine. In fact, I tested negative. But Carrie is stuffy.
A few days ago.
Now tell me that you're going to be tested one more time just to make sure.
Coming back.
Mm-hmm. Tell me that.
If you want me to.
Oh, yeah, I do. I want you to. Not only do I want you to tell me, I want you to do it.
So do those around the orbit of Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay. Well,
but no,
right.
she still, has no taste and no smell, which I'm seeing a lot of people experiencing that. And
it's one of the big symptoms,
Yeah, so that's it, really.
I think more so than the fever. People are getting their, everywhere I go, they take my temperature. And it's like, okay, do you know that only like 30 or 40% of people have the fever? Do you know that?
Doesn't matter.
This is really telling you
doesn't matter.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it just, okay, well, go on in. Well, all right. But, I mean, that did nothing. You know that, right? This is weird. It's just, stupid.
You go in buildings, you walk over bodies that walked one step in the building and didn't have a mask on.
Right, yes, right.
They get shot dead right there.
And then it's be safe, wear a mask. Yeah, do you know how not safe you are wearing a mask? The mask makes almost no difference. Check the study. Denmark just did the study. We talked about this a little bit, I think, last week. But Denmark did a big study, like 3,000 people. They did a control group. It was very scientific, and there was no statistical difference because it was within the margin of error. 2.1% of the control group got COVID, the people without masks. The people with masks, 1.8% of them got it. 0.3% difference. Okay, it's statistically not even worth mentioning. So it's like there's no difference between the amount of people who get it with a mask or you don't wear a mask.
You wear a mask.
Yeah, I know. I know. You wear a mask everywhere you go, or we'll put you in prison for life. And then when you're
a lot of pushback.
When you're in prison, we'll beat you to death with a pickle fork. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a slow and painful death.
You're not going to slap them with a wet mask?
We probably that too. Yeah, probably that too.
But a lot of pushback this weekend across America. That was good to see.
Yeah. Well, people are sick of it. They're fed up.
Yes.
They're just done with this.
Yes. I mean, they had in the neck of the woods where we live here in DFW, a big county, big city, Tarrant and Fort Worth were all saying that they wanted, stay-at-home orders.
Yeah, shut up.
And they were requesting it. It was a request. It wasn't mandatory. But they were
they're urgently requesting it, though.
Yeah.
Urgent. It's an urgent emergency. It's so urgent. Emergency. Let me take a minute and tell you about Patriot Mobile. This week we're waking up to a nightmare scenario. The left is on the brink of controlling the future of our nation, funded by corporations like Verizon, who took your hard-earned money and used it to put radicals in power. Ta-da! That's why it's so important we stick together and support companies who share our values, people like Patriot Mobile. They've never sent a penny to the left. They don't fund Planned Parenthood. And you can switch with confidence because they use the same network as Verizon and AT&T. They all use the same network. There's only a certain amount of towers, and all of them share them. So you'll have the same nationwide coverage, and you can keep your phone number if you want. You can keep your phone, or you could switch both. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call their U.S.-based customer service team, 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT. Patriot. Veterans and first responders save even more. So make the switch today. Same service, lower price, and the values you believe in. Get free activation and a special gift when you use the offer code PAT at patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
There was a interesting scenario over the weekend where Keith had access to a game I really wanted to see badly, and of course, there's no roads between our homes. Plus the COVID situation, so it wasn't possible to watch it at his house because you got NFL Sunday Ticket, right? So the game of the week,
Sure.
in my area is, of course, something that's thousands of miles further than the game I wanted to watch. That pisses me off. For some reason, we're stuck with Philadelphia, Cleveland in the Dallas market when New Orleans is just a few feet away. Well, a couple miles, maybe. But
Some people don't.
but you know why? You know why they don't? You know why they have Philadelphia, Cleveland instead is because the Cowboys are in the same division as Philadelphia, so they assume we want to watch a divisional foe. Come on.
Yeah, I was surprised when Taysom Hill was announced the starter on Friday that a lot of these cities didn't switch their games. Check out. Yeah, there's a website where there's a map that shows all the different markets.
Irritating.
Yeah.
And one switched from it and one switched to it. But yeah, I invited you over here.
Yeah.
And
There's no chance of that happening.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good timing on that one, huh?
Can't do it. So Taysom had a great game. I mean, it was a good game. I don't know if it was great. We had a really good game.
Held his own.
He was 18 of 23 for 233 yards. And so I don't have to hear this. Well, he's only thrown 18 passes in his whole NFL career. He's only thrown 18 passes. Okay, shut up. Okay, now he more than doubled that output. Are you gonna finally stop harping on that now?
Yeah,
So-
the Falcons contained him for one half.
For a half, and then
And
not
then
so
the
much in the
second
second
half,
half. He kind of came alive, got into a little bit of a rhythm, and of course the Saints beat the Falcons 24-9. So.
Yeah, it's a good thing you
So-
weren't over here because you'd be deaf, probably.
That was the Moron trivia game too. Correct.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right. So now what's our record on Moron?
6-4.
6-4. Okay.
And one.
We're not 6-4-1. We're 6-4.
I can frustrate him from across town. This is awesome.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it awesome? That's exactly what it is. It's awesome. Also over the weekend, the Cougars slipped past North Alabama 66-14. Just by the skin of their teeth.
And how much did that cost them to just slip by North Alabama?
I think it was over $1 million,
Yeah, I bet
million
it was.
50 or something.
Yeah.
$1,050,000, I think is what it was. Jeez. All right.
Right now.
I don't. I didn't even check. I imagine.
you're still 8.
Yes, I was going to say. I bet we're still 8.
It's hard to pass other teams when other teams aren't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cincinnati played and they barely beat UCF.
Yeah.
So they think they won 36-33 or something like
Yeah, it
that.
was close.
Now UCF, I compare them to Boise State. That's like their Boise State. Well, we beat our Boise State 51-17.
Yeah, you did.
So we should have passed Cincinnati, but we didn't. Also, there's this big controversy now that's kind of developed over, BYU's ducking Washington of the Pac-12. Washington, they came to him and offered him a game. Did they? Did they come to him? Yeah, but they're afraid to play, and they're just waiting to see where they rank in the college football playoff ranking. Really? You know what? You know what the Pac-12 demands of non-conference opponents? A, the game must be played at the Pac-12 home site.
Okay.
So it would have been played in Seattle. The game must be carried by the Pac-12 network.
Okay.
The opponent must follow Pac-12 protocols, which BYU doesn't do because they think their testing is perfectly fine at 3 days a week. No, you got to do it every single day. Every single day. And if you schedule the game, let's say would have been BYU Washington on Saturday. Well, if a Pac-12 conference opponent becomes available by Thursday, sorry, we're dropping you and we're playing the Pac-12 opponent. Shut up. Nobody's going to do that.
No.
Nobody's going to do that.
Sorry.
And they have the giblets. The Pac-12 has the giblets to make these demands. After they followed the Big Ten on every single division.
Right.
Every decision they made was made by the Big Ten. Big Ten said, conference only. So the Pac-12 said, me too. Then the Big Ten said, no games at all. And the Pac-12 said, me too. And then the Big Ten said, we're going to play after all. We're going to play. And the Pac-12, of course, said, me too. I mean, they're Spike and Chester.
Spike, you want to play ball? Huh? You want to play ball? Huh, Spike? You want to? Huh, Spike? You want to? Nah, you wouldn't like that, would you, Spike? Hey, Spike, how about we chase cars, huh? Does that sound like fun? Nah. Yeah, that wouldn't be no fun.
The Pac-12 should be embarrassed.
Yes.
They should be embarrassed.
They're not, though.
They've behaved. They're not.
No, they're not.
They still think that they're the conference of champions.
Elite.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. 888 3393 is the number
Wow,
to
you haven't
call.
even gotten out to the other set yet,
To the other set?
where you have a different phone number to worry about.
No, that's right. Yeah, but I know it's happening today, and so it's already confusing me. It's already confusing me.
I see that.
Good that someone decided to put those numbers up on the wall.
No kidding. That's been a lifesaver for all of us.
Right? So how did Missouri do? Did they win?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who'd they beat?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And what was the score? You have no idea. You
It
know,
was either 100
it was 100 or
it could have been like 17-10, or they scored 100 and just decimated South Carolina.
all right. It could have been.
Could have been.
You're not sure which.
Could have been something like that. It was a win.
And then I saw
all you
where
care about.
Nebraska lost again this
Please
weekend.
don't call on me.
Oh man.
Please.
Oh man.
I don't want to talk about little as I want to talk about the
Illinois.
Falcons.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's good times. So
I don't know what's happened to the Nebraska football program. Sad, really. It's kind of sad.
everything sucked on Saturday. Every facet of the game.
What's good is that recruiting really came alive when they joined the Big Ten.
So they should go back.
Yes.
They should go back to the Big 12 because everything went south when they joined the Big
I
10.
know.
It seems like, doesn't it? Keith, are we off on that? You see this? Did you read about that in the paper today? You see this? Keith, you read about that? You see that in the paper today?
Yeah, it's been a sliding scale for about 20 years. But
So
okay.
the McCaffrey kid didn't play well at quarterback?
No, he did not.
Ah, boy.
He was benched. In fact, it was so.
Oh,
bad.
wow.
Wow.
Not a good day whatsoever for Nebraska football.
Not good. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, let me tell you about Keeps.com, and then we got to get into what's going on with the Trump legal team because it's amazing to me. If you've noticed your hair is not looking as full as it used to, you're getting really thin. We got some bald patches. Don't let it go any further. Let's talk about the options. You can go to your doctor, get a hair loss treatment prescription. Then you can visit the pharmacy and try not to go broke, just, trying to avoid going bald. Or you can try Keeps from the comfort of your own home. You'll get the same doctor-recommended, FDA-approved hair loss treatment, but Keeps offers the generic versions for about half the price. That's just to get you started. Also, one more thing you'll love about Keeps, it's all online. You just answer a few questions, snap some pictures, and post them. And then a licensed doctor will review your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped directly to your door. Why make unnecessary trips to the doctor and drugstore when you can do it all from your home? And we'll get you started with a special deal. So first of all, the generic version is going to save you 50%. Then you go to Keeps.com, KEEPS.com/Pat for 50% off your first order. So another 50% off. That's Keeps.com/Pat and get 50% off your first order. Keeps.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, so the Trump team
Things are looking up.
has fired Sidney Powell, the high-powered, well-respected attorney who's making all these claims that, frankly, she got me sucked in last week. She really did suck me in. And then apparently I don't know, none of it seems to be legitimate because even the Trump team was distancing themselves from her claims that the votes are switched in the Dominion voting machines.
It's so strange.
So bizarre. So I mean, that doesn't look good.
I mean, they
Are we
released.
sure she was fired, though? Because her statement just says that she's not a part of the campaign's legal team, never signed a retainer agreement, or sent the president or the campaign a bill for my expenses or fees. I know what you're saying. I got it. But there's some thought out there that this fraud that she's unearthing is so much larger than that. This is the thought that it's not going to just be about Trump, and she wants to lay out the case.
I told you
that it's a bigger thing.
So you know what this is?
Yeah, I know what this is. Tell me what this is.
I'll tell you what this is.
Yeah,
Pat,
what is it?
I don't want to hear any of this
I know what
crap
it is.
about her not being part of the team.
That's right. She wasn't fired.
She wasn't fired.
It is.
Okay.
She's playing 3D chess is what she's doing.
The rest of us are just playing on a single board.
Yep, that's right.
Look, guys.
We're playing checkers. She's playing 3D chess.
Here's the thing. All right. As a Falcons fan, which we alluded to earlier, you learn to hang on to the last bit of hope that you possibly have until the bitter end.
And how does that work out for you?
Mathematically eliminated from the playoff race.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, if this Kraken or this biblical case or whatever she has to release isn't done, I don't know, by close of business today, good night.
Yeah, I mean that was her release, right? She said, I understand today's press release. I will continue to represent #We the People who had their votes for Trump and other Republicans stolen by massive fraud through Dominion and Smartmatic, and we will be filing suit soon. The chips will fall where they may, and we will defend the foundations of this great republic. #Kraken on steroids. So I mean, after she
now it's
attacked,
on steroids.
Right, after she attacked Kemp, right, the governor of Georgia this weekend, that's when the Trump campaign said, she's not a member of our
Well, they don't also seem to support the fact that all these votes were switched. There's discussion within the Trump team that didn't happen.
And maybe that's what she means.
Within the Trump team.
Maybe that's what she means by, we're back to 3D chess. Let the chips fall where they may.
Man.
But
I mean, I was really counting on the Dominion machine, and they've switched the votes.
But
that's the only way this thing works out in their favor.
And we talked about that last week too. It's
the only way.
Just 6 votes were fraudulently mailed in Arizona. So
that's not going to work. That's just not going to work. And the Supreme Court's not even going to entertain that. You bring them information of widespread, massive fraud
with proof.
With proof. You got to have solid evidence. And they don't seem to have any of that. No. Supreme Court's not going to hear it. If it's some kind of, well, we've got 1,000 affidavits and 1,000 people said they saw something. They saw it with their own 2 eyes. That's not going to move the Supreme Court. They're not going to take the case based on that. They're not. If there's widespread, massive fraud like she outlined late last week, that's something the Supreme Court could sink their teeth into if you can show them there's evidence.
And hanging on to the Supreme Court as the backstop in all of this.
It's not going to work. It's not going anywhere.
You just said it. You said they're not going to take the case.
They're not going to.
Can you see the Roberts Court sticking their neck out on something this massive? If you don't have compelling proof, we need it now. We got to have it.
The Roberts Court won't stick their neck out on anything.
Right.
Let alone a lack of evidence to overturn the presidential election.
Right.
I mean, that's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
And the Trump team has even lost Chris Christie.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose Chris.
Wow, how do you lose that guy?
I don't know. That's saying something right there. Why wasn't traffic problems email sent?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know. Ask Chris. That's his deal.
I mean, we all
find
look the 60 or 70 million Trump people that want to believe that there's just no way Joe Biden got that many votes, more than he got more votes than Obama. He got 5 million or 6 million votes more than Trump. We just don't believe it, but there's no proof.
No, and it's hard for us to accept because we see all this stuff. Joe Biden is a man who, and I don't blame Trump
I don't
supporters
either
at all. I'm one of them, and I don't want to believe that America chose a guy who's clearly, provably losing his mind,
right?
His cognitive ability, and like you said, he just received more votes than anybody in American history. Come on, that's hard to believe.
It sure is.
He also brought with him into the executive office the most progressive senator in the United States Senate, but American extremism goes way beyond just that. We're also supposed to accept now that America has chosen socialism over capitalism, and that we now want open borders. We now want to eliminate ICE. We want to defund the police. We want higher taxes. We want to punish companies with high capital gains taxes. And we want to punish wealthy individuals with a possible wealth tax. We have to accept, if we're to believe that Joe Biden was elected in this 5 million person popular vote landslide, that most Americans have bought into the climate change BS to the point where we're willing to spend $100 trillion
I almost said
on the
billion.
Green New Deal.
Almost said billion.
Yeah, it's $100 trillion. That we want socialized medicine. We're supposed to accept that socialized higher education is what we all want. Taxpayers paying for everyone to go to college. Oh, okay. And by the way, elimination of student debt.
Yeah, and paying
immediately.
Them off. Yeah, paying off the ones that have already gone.
Like that's about day one, I think he's saying. We have to accept that most Americans want to pack the Supreme Court, eliminate the Electoral College, lower the voting age to 16, let felons vote from prison, confiscation of guns. That we're fine with silencing voices on social media. That the conservatives have no right to be heard at all. That they can be banned from social media. That's perfectly fine. We have to believe, we're supposed to believe now that Americans have voted for 97 genders. Then the gender has nothing to do with anatomy, by the way. Just your feelings. Your feelings are what makes you a certain gender or not. I mean, the things that we're asked to believe in order to accept the outcome here fly in the face of virtually everything we've ever known.
Sure does.
And everything we've ever held dear. So it's no wonder nobody wants to accept the fact that Joe Biden is the president-elect. I don't want to accept it. I don't want to. I was hoping against hope, and that's why I allowed myself to just be swayed last week by Sidney Powell and her claims of millions of votes being stolen. Because it's almost what we have to believe in order to survive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the cold reality is going to sink in January.
That it happened and there's no proof, or that it just didn't happen?
That it just, either it happened and there's no proof, or it just didn't happen. One of the two.
Right.
Well, which do you guys fall on? If I can put you on the spot, or do you not want to be put on the spot on this?
I don't think it happened.
Okay.
I mean, I think there was small scale.
Well, I mean, there's always
fraud. There's always that.
The fraud that's being reported.
Yeah, I believe
always happens.
Mm-hmm.
And now there might have been some on a greater scale because of the mail-in ballots with misleading votes. I'll leave it at misleading votes.
No, but just tell me this: if the election were on the up and up completely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did Joe Biden get the electoral votes necessary, or did Trump, Jeffy?
Oh, I want to believe that.
Okay, so
Trump,
neither of you think that Trump got the necessary electoral votes. Okay, because I just think it's something we can't prove. Honestly, my gut says that absolutely this thing was stolen, but proving it is
well, you should be able to.
What you have to do.
If what she says is true, you
Correct.
should be able to prove it. You should
Correct.
be able to prove it.
And that's our system, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's our system of courts and judges, and this is where this needs to end up.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video? We have the video of the kid in Pennsylvania who did a little research on the mail-in ballots. Can we play that? Because he had some interesting things to point out for us.
The following information is straight from the PA.gov website and has almost 3.1 million entries. I exported all that information into an Excel sheet, but I was cut off at about 1 million rows, so keep in mind we're working with 1/3 of the whole data set. So the first thing I did was create a column to see if any ballots were mailed out by the government the same day that they were received, filled out through the mail by the voter. Turns out about 11,000 were filled out by the voter and returned back to the government the same day the government mailed them out to the voter. I then created a column to see if there were any applications that were approved by the government, mailed out by the government, received by the voter, and then filled out by the voter and mailed back to the government on the same day. And there were 8,205 cases of that. And lastly, I created a column to see if there are any ballots that were received through the mail, filled out before they were even mailed out by the government.
Wait.
There were 7,403 cases of that. Pause the screen to read each definition of the columns. If anyone's able to make sense of these numbers without saying it's fraud, please let me know in the comments.
Did
So
anybody let him know?
Can I resubmit the question, gentlemen? You think that Joe Biden legitimately won this thing? Still do?
Well, I mean, do they not have access to that kid and his research? Come on.
This better be a part of the
So
crack-in or the biblical case that is going to be before judges this week. That had better be a part of it.
I mean, I'm willing to withhold judgment and see what they have. I'll withhold, but it just doesn't look good right now.
Sure doesn't.
It just doesn't look good.
The new thing is there is a video circulating from 2006 from Lou Dobbs, a segment that he did about this system, this Dominion, this voting system.
Well, there's a clip out there that I watched this weekend, too, from MSNBC just a couple of years ago, doing a report on the Dominion machines with the hackers, and the hackers were all together, and they were, studying the Dominion machine, and they were concerned about it. Okay, great. And we heard from Jeff Brown talking on Glenn's show, talking about how the machines were hackable and how they're set up to be changed, and you wouldn't have the software set up that way if you didn't want to change it. Okay, all of that makes sense. Prove it. Prove that it happened. Prove that the software, that because there were so many Trump votes, that's why those machines shut down on election night, because they got overloaded.
Prove it.
I know.
Let's see it. I'm tired of hearing about it without any indication that it's true.
Let's have a Dominion employee show us how it worked, how it did it, something.
Yeah, something. And because right now, everything they've said has been supposedly debunked by the other side. Everything. And all their cases have been thrown out of court.
Right.
They were just tossed out of Pennsylvania again. It just... Pennsylvania
but
just
those
said...
cases, right, but those cases were some of the, 6 votes here, votes here.
But, I mean, if you can't even make those stick...
I know.
You're going to make the massive fraud stick?
I know. And that Pennsylvania one was the onlookers, right? The people looking on.
Yeah.
They were making an argument that the
but once again, it's tossed out.
Right. I know.
Thrown out.
I know.
I don't know. What do you think? 888-900-3393. Have you been swayed by any of this? Where's your head at right now? Where's your head at?
We talked about this last week, where if you can't get the court case you want to present the evidence that you have, then do what Ross Perot did, hold one of these press conferences, not like the other day, but hold one of these press conferences where you're actually laying out this evidence for the American people.
Yep. But I'd love to hear from you at 888-900-3393 and your thoughts on this. Do you believe it's going to happen still, even after everything you've seen so far? 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Triple 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Saved by Grace tweets, doesn't taking one's temperature put people less than 6 feet from each other? 30% fever rate outweighs social distancing. Yes. Sweater Yams tweets, if it didn't happen, Pat, why did Dominion shutter its offices in Ontario and Colorado and failed to come to the PA press conference. That's not the action of innocent people. Yeah. Well,
I know.
I don't know.
I know.
MVG 7691. It's not a matter of having enough proof. It's a mass unwillingness to hear the proof. Courts in America are corrupted beyond repair, it seems. Yeah. You can appeal these court decisions all the way to the Supreme Court. But again, once you get to the Supreme Court, you're going to have something truly compelling.
Yes.
Truly compelling. And so far, they've shown us none of it. Even Tucker Carlson is saying that they've shown no proof.
Yeah, we haven't
Zero.
seen it, right? I mean, if there was some kind of proof.
I'm saying they haven't shown it. They haven't shown any evidence. They can talk a good game, and they have. But, what have they shown? Nothing. They haven't shown us anything, but she says she's going to do that in court, and yet we haven't seen it, so I don't know. And now she's not on the Trump team. Learn, then speak.
She never was on the Trump.
Not according to Trump. On November 14th, he said she was one of the wonderful lawyers and the beautiful Trump team. Okay.
And I know that she was just standing on the stage with the other attorneys there last week, too.
Right.
No.
It's just some random person. Wait a minute. Who's this? She's not on the team.
Why is she speaking?
It's so weird. I'm just a little frustrated. Did you watch the Steven Crowder, but about the districts in Detroit that had 172,000 votes? Where
the non-existent district.
No
That's right.
registered voters.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yeah. I'm not denying. I'm not denying.
Right.
There are some things. There are problems, of course.
You just don't think it rises to the level.
Yeah, I just don't.
We certainly haven't seen it.
You've got to. Okay, here's the thing. You got to overturn 5 million votes. 5 million votes. Okay.
Is that accurate, or are we talking about the Electoral College?
No, I'm talking about the popular vote, which I think he needs to win.
Yes.
Or we're in big trouble. But let's go to electoral votes. You got to win. He's at 232 or something right now.
Mm-hmm. Something like that, yeah.
In order to get to 270, he's going to have to overturn 3 states.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4 states.
But it's not 5 million votes unless you just want the public
it's not 5 million,
opinion.
but it's a lot.
No, but
it's got to be widespread.
we have to, because people,
it's a lot.
It won't be accepted.
Right.
It just won't. We're as let's say, all right, we're Trump supporters, all right, and we're saying, man, we cannot believe it. We want proof, and if there isn't proof, we're going to have our tail between our legs and take that god-awful Joe Biden as president of the United States. But the Joe Biden people will not take it sitting down.
Yeah. Well,
they will not.
I'm just looking at
widespread.
What is the Supreme Court going to listen to? What is the Supreme Court going to agree to hear? It has to be
overwhelming,
huge.
Yes.
It's interesting that 1/3 of Democrats polled say that they believe that the election has been stolen for their guy Joe Biden. That's telling right there.
Yeah, it is.
They know.
Yeah. All right.
I know.
At some point, we're just going to have to come to the realization.
Yes.
You can either do it sooner or later. I guess we'll do it later, but we can all pretend if we want that everything's going to be fine. That Trump is going to be. He's in office for another 4 years.
Good.
Okay, I'll pretend if you want. I'm sorry. I was there last week for a minute, but they've just gotten her out of the Trump team. She's gone. Why? Because they're distancing themselves from what she is saying. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why she's not with them anymore. They're distancing themselves from the Dominion switching machines. So I don't know. Maybe it'll still happen. I hope it does.
Yeah, me too.
I hope it does. I wanted to.
And like I said,
I don't want Biden to be president.
And like I said last week, I think that it almost feels like to me is that in 2 years or 10 years we'll find out. Oh yeah, yep, that's what happened. Well, it's too late.
Maybe, I don't know. It's possible, but she said with fraud like this, you can prove it. It's not that hard to prove. Well, okay.
Okay.
I'm going with what she's saying. Do it then.
If she were on the team, maybe she could prove it.
It's got to happen soon. Right? Here we are. It's got to happen. States are already certifying their vote.
Yes.
It's got to happen soon.
Yes.
Yeah, Michigan and Pennsylvania are scheduled to certify today.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, he has to have Michigan and Pennsylvania. He has to have it. So if you don't, there is that. Once you certify Michigan and Pennsylvania, then what? The only way you overturn it is to show massive evidence of massive fraud to the Supreme Court to get them to overturn the results. It's never been done in history. Doesn't mean it can't be done someday. Today would be a good day to do it.
Right. Yeah. Today
really
sounds
would.
like a good
Today sounds
day.
like a damn good day to do it.
Yes, it does. I would love for today to be that day.
I want it to more than I can even begin to imagine telling you about. The words don't exist in the English language that are strong enough to share how much I want Donald Trump to be president for the next 4 years.
I know.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Omega XL. Pain sucks. And dealing with it every day, oh man, it just beats you down after a while. There is something you can do about it. You can try Omega XL. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research. It really works. It acts as a shut-off switch to inflammation. And once the inflammation calms down, the pain goes away, if your pain is inflammation-based. This comes from the really pristine waters of New Zealand. It's really awesome stuff. And they put this Omega XL into little tiny gel caps that are super easy to swallow. And I think you're really going to love it. To get you started, when you order one bottle of Omega XL right now, you get a second bottle free. Visit OmegaXL.com/Pat. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat or call 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray.
Yes,
So we'll
dear.
see. I guess that's what it comes down to. We'll see. Let's go to Maurice in New Jersey. Maurice, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Morning, Pat.
Morning.
Yeah, this is definitely a coup. Reason being is you got to look at the history of this. The last 4 years, all he did was harass this president and they definitely tried to impeach him. Mm-hmm. And now they're doing their worst. Now they took it over an election. They're threatening us. This President Obama says that they want to take the Navy SEALs and carry them out. And you have a president-elect who actually puts out office of president-elect. Now, if you can't see this, then nobody else can. There's always more. I know you're telling me that you got to have definite proof.
Mm-hmm.
But proof sometimes comes in different forms. So maybe if we look at the history of this, the harassment, if we ever say a word against Biden, we get in trouble. But if we say anything against Trump, we're okay. So, yeah, there's a coup going on. And I'm sure there's more than one way to prove there's a coup going on.
Yeah, I mean, okay, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Maurice. There's a lot of things that are frustrating. There's a lot of things that are stacked against us on the right, no doubt about it. But in order to overturn a U.S. presidential election, you got to have not just different kinds of, you got to have evidence of what you're saying. If you're going to accuse them of massive fraud, well, we got to prove it. You got to prove it. And they haven't yet. They haven't. Now, she keeps telling us, Sidney Powell keeps telling us, well, we're going to prove our case in court. Okay, well, first you got to get to a court case.
Let's get there.
Yeah. And so far, they're not even, do you know, they're not even claiming these things in the courtroom right now?
Right.
Not one of these allegations has been brought up in court. Why? Why?
And if you can't get it in front of a court, make your case in front of the people.
Right.
And that has not happened either.
Make a compelling case, and then people will be yelling and screaming for
Yes,
this thing
they
to
will
go to the
force
Supreme
it to
Court.
happen.
Show us what you have.
The
Give
court of
us
public
something.
opinion is going to drive
Yeah, right.
the court system.
That's
it
right.
shouldn't be that way, but that's
it will.
exactly
Well,
where
it
we're at.
It will be that way.
That's America.
And the Supreme Court will hear that outroar, that the outrage and the uproar.
Yeah.
And, maybe they'll be compelled to take the case. But first, you got to see something. Give us the evidence. Because if they're not making these cases in court, if they're just making it on television at a press conference, but not in a courtroom, I got to ask, why? Why?
Today's the day, Pat. Today's the day.
Right.
Today's
Well,
the day.
even
Release that
you say
crack
they're making
on
it on
steroids.
television. I mean, they're making their allegations on
Right,
television,
but they're not even
there's
showing
no
evidence.
case. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not showing the evidence. They're saying there is evidence.
Yeah, right.
They're saying the evidence is coming at them like a fire hose and then a tidal wave. Okay, show us some of it.
Let's see the hashtag cracking on steroids. Please. Let's see it.
I mean, they're talking a really big game. And then, of course, she's no longer with the Trump team as of Monday morning.
Yeah.
With 2 states, critical states, about to be certified. Okay, well, again, show me. Please give me something. Give me something to believe in. Janine, you're on in Virginia. You're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hi there, Pat.
Hi.
One thing that is really freaking me out, it just bothers me to death, is I know Sidney Powell is a smart lady, and I know I do believe she has a ton of evidence. It just seems to me that what she has, they don't have a project manager on board to try to put this together and kind of structure this for her. I'm a project manager. I've done business analysis. The thing that really is bugging me is Trump is now wanting a third recount in Georgia. Stop with the recounts right now. We know how many votes are in, that they received.
Yeah.
They need to do an audit by poll stations, by the polling stations. They need to find out and compare the number of ballots that they accepted against the register that they have of registered voters.
Right.
And that's where the analysis begins. And I know that's going to take a whole lot of time. Probably
Right. There's no time for that.
No, it may not be time for it, but even if it's after the fact here, Jeffy, it's going to have to. Something's going to have to come out. Something's going to have to show the people that this is what's going on. And who's going to go? Who's going to feel like that their vote's going to count in the next presidential election?
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
It's a real problem.
I know.
It
It's
really
a real
is.
problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Janine.
That's a real problem.
There's going to be 73 million Americans who just don't trust the system. Yeah, we just don't have any faith in it anymore.
And there's your ultimate voter suppression tool right there. Just any kind of doubt in the system. Why am I going to go and vote? It's just going to get overturned anyway.
Right. I voted last time, and they cheated. That's what 73 million Americans are going to think. Oh, man. So, I don't know if they don't have the managers to put this thing together. Why not? If they don't, why not?
Right.
If you're not doing it, why not? If you've got somebody who has the evidence, but you need somebody who can present it in an organized manner, get that person in there and do it.
And I thought that's who Powell was.
That's
right. I mean, that was the whole backing of her because of the Flynn case and her other dealings. I mean, the whole thing. She was the one.
When was that press conference? Was it last Wednesday or
Wednesday
Thursday?
Or Thursday, something like that. Thursday, I think. Right.
She had me at that
At
press
hello.
conference. She had me.
She had me at hello.
I mean, I went home and told my wife, wait a minute, maybe there is a chance
There's
here.
a chance.
Wait a minute. I think there's a shot. I think there's a case. By Monday, she's not even part of the team. Okay.
Okay.
But I
say it like that.
But I shouldn't be frustrated with it, and I should think everything's still on track for a Trump presidency.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't. I can't just blindly go down that road. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So just go home.
I wanted to. But please give me something.
And
Show me the evidence.
Let's just say miracles happen. Massive voter fraud is proven. Trump ends up getting sworn in on January 20th. You think this nation is going to even be governable at this point?
Oh, what a mess. But
come on.
That's not how you conduct yourself, though. You still have to do it.
Oh,
Correct.
no.
If you can make that happen, you make that happen, and then you deal with the consequences after.
Oh, no.
What will happen
I'm saying that the best
nation
case
will be
scenario...
Mm-hmm.
The best case scenario is Trump is president and there's massive social upheaval because of it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where we're at.
There would be.
And then we'll just order cookies.
Right, the cookies. Right, good point.
I mean, I'll go home and
Where would you order them from, though? I mean, to
know.
really bring peace to the country, from where would you order those cookies?
Is there a place?
I would think maybe scrumptiouscookie.com. Maybe that's a place you could
go.
That's it. And you could order a cookie that might just make everything okay.
Bring the nation together.
Finally. Once and for all. That's a good point, Jeff.
I know.
Thank you for
I know. Well, you're welcome.
What was it again?
I'm trying to help.
This is scrumptiouscookie.com. You leave off the last
down.
S for savings.
Okay.
Always leave the last S off for savings. Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's that simple.
Just a good rule of thumb, frankly. And you might even, try some of those pumpkin pie cookies that my wife just made.
Come back? What?
Yeah, pumpkin pie cookies. Oh, my gosh.
They're probably not that good, though.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think you'll find they're about the best substance on earth, and it'll make you think that there still is hope for.
I'm willing to
a race.
I'm willing to try the pumpkin.
Yeah,
along with maybe a couple of caramels.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good way to go, frankly. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You want a better night's sleep? Buy Boll and Branch sheets. These are something you need to treat yourself with. Or, somebody you love in your life. It's what millions of Americans and 3 former U.S. presidents all have in common. They all agree Boll and Branch sheets are the softest and most comfortable pure organic cotton sheets on earth. Boll and Branch, their cotton is rain-fed, pesticide-free, carries the highest organic certification. But what moves me about it most is it's so soft, so silky soft. It's awesome. I love these sheets. They're what I sleep on every single night. And since they sell direct to you, Boll and Branch sheets start at just $160. Now, these are, to find something of comparable quality, be about $1,000 at the retail store. Probably $1,000. So get the best sleep you possibly can on this earth. Do it for a whole month, risk-free. If you don't love them, if they're not everything I say they are, you just send it back for a full refund. And right now, you'll get $50 off any sheet set at bollandbranch.com with the promo code PGRAY, BOLL and branch.com, promo code PGRAY for $50 off. bollandbranch.com, promo code PGRAY. Restrictions may apply. See bollandbranch.com for details. Yeah! That's right!
Morning.
Good
Pat
morning!
Gray Unleashed.
Traffic and weather together every 8 minutes on the 7s. All morning long this morning. Good morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning.
Gorgeous morning.
Gorgeous morning in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Good to have a little nip in the air.
Oh, there's a bit of a bite in that air right now this morning.
Wake up and thank yourself that you're on this planet.
It's been like 75 every morning for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden yesterday, wow.
I know.
A little bit of a chill in the air. It's fun. I love it. Jennifer in Alabama. You're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hi, Pat.
Hi.
This is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you doing
Pat.
this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You really concerned, or are you just making small talk?
No, I'm very concerned.
Oh, good.
I can sympathize with you. I want Trump to be in there, too. But
desperately.
It looks like we're in a prison of two ideas. Either it's black or white. Either Biden won or Biden
Didn't win.
cheated, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's my idea of why Sidney Powell isn't going to the media.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't trust the media. After watching Fox call Arizona before the votes were counted, why would you trust any of the media anymore?
I don't know, but she did go to the media last, was it Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
And I mean, they did 90 minutes. 90 minutes she was on.
I know she was on Glenn's show,
Newsmax
right?
after that. I don't know if you saw the clip.
I did not see Newsmax, but I saw her on Fox for 90 minutes, and they let her speak uninterrupted. Then she went on Glenn the next
Glenn
day.
had her on. I mean, she
I
made the
did hear
rounds.
her on Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, have you seen the clip of the Dominion voters taking the little cartridge out
No.
and replacing it in the machine?
Yes.
Yeah, we played that.
Oh, yeah, we did play that. Yes. Yeah. How easy it is to reprogram it. But, I mean, nobody knows how to do that.
Right.
Who knows how to do that? She did, but I don't know anybody who knows how to do that.
Well, I think if you have the manual, you can do it for the Dominion machine.
How many Americans
sure.
have the Dominion
Right.
machine manual?
Right.
I mean,
I guess the people
there are a lot.
voting at the voting stations, the polling stations.
Yeah.
I know. I want to believe that too, but I mean, we're not even reading the rules and regulations for our Instagram account. We're not running Dominion software.
Yeah, but I mean, if she has it, bring it to somebody. She could bring it to Newsmax. She could take it to One America News.
There's another place she could take it to. It's called The Blaze.
The Blaze. She could bring it here. Absolutely. Bring your evidence. I would love to present all of it. All of it.
All of it.
She's got an open invitation. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jennifer. To bring it right here.
Yes.
Nobody would like to see it more than me. I'd love to see it, and I'd love to present it, and love to give her the forum. Do it here. Do it on Glenn's show.
Whatever.
I don't care. Go somewhere and do something.
We got an 8 billion foot studio. We'll put her up in.
We have 2 absolutely must-have states that are about to certify today. Michigan and Pennsylvania. I'd say make the case.
Now's the time.
Donna in Louisiana. You're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hey, Pat.
Hey.
I can't believe you guys are saying this stuff. I can't believe it. Listen, a court can overturn a certification for one thing. And she's been on Newsmax, she's been on Howie Carr. She said she's either going to file something in court tomorrow or on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And why on earth would she show her hands? To you guys or anybody else? Is that the way, the Trump way? He has never done anything.
Well, is the
like
Trump
that.
way to fire somebody who's got all the evidence? He just got rid of her.
Fire. That word was never used.
She's not part of the team, Donna. She's not on the Trump team. Now, he said she was on November 14th. Now she isn't. What do you mean, how can I say this stuff?
Yeah.
How can you not see that this is not good? This is a bad thing.
We don't want it to be.
I don't want it to be. Yeah, I want Donald Trump to win. I want him to remain president. But I can't sit here and lie and say it looks great and everything's fine. Am I supposed to do that? Would you like me to do that?
No, I want you to go look and see what General Flynn tweeted last night. Okay?
What does Flynn have to do with it? What does General Flynn have to do with the vote?
Flynn knows what's going on.
I don't know if he knows what's going on, but he's got nothing to do with the recount. He's got nothing to do with.
Well, the bodies are buried, doesn't he?
I don't know. He might.
I mean, why would she litigate this in the court of public appearance?
She's been doing it. What do you mean? Why would she do it? She's doing it.
She's going to federal court. Okay?
She was on Fox News for 90 minutes last week. That's litigating it in the public court. She must have the public court because people have got to get together and get some momentum going for her so that the Supreme Court will one day hear this case. One day, very, very soon, I hope. But there's no reason for the Supreme Court right now to hear this. It's been turned down every single place that they've been. And in fact, Donna, they're not even making that case in court. They're not even making the case. They're not saying that there was massive fraud in court. Why is that?
Trump quietly reassigned all the swing states circuit court jurisdictions to all the Supremes that are strict constructionists. Look it up. It was effective immediately. And I don't care what happens in these states. Once it kicks up into federal court, the Supremes will be able to fast track it.
Right.
Well, they can.
Yes. They can. You're right.
You're right. I know they can. I've been saying that. However, they're going to have to have something better than Sidney Powell's word to go on, right?
They're playing everything close to the vest.
Okay, and I hope that's true, Donna.
Keep the faith.
I'd love to if there was an ounce of it out there. They just got rid of her off the team.
This is what I'm talking about, though, with what you don't understand.
I don't understand.
Is the game that they're playing.
Yeah, it's a 3D chess, right?
Thank you.
She's playing 3D chess.
Thank you.
Is that what it is, Donna? Is she playing? She's not on the team now because what?
She's not on their team being paid, but she's still working for the We the People.
Okay, right.
Okay, well, why is she not on the Trump team anymore? What do you mean she's working for We the People?
Because they have certain things that she can do outside of working for the campaign.
Okay, and I hope that's true. And I also believe that if you go down your road, Donna, your road is that the cut is so deep that she has to distance herself from Trump because she's going to take down the others, and that's what her deal was with Kemp and Georgia this weekend. But as soon as she did that, they distanced themselves from her. And I get if you believe if I go down your road, that's why, right? Because the cut is too deep, and she's gonna take down all of these people because it's so horrific. Well, do it, do it.
Yeah, it's got to be done soon. Appreciate it. Thanks, Donna. I hope you're right.
Have we considered?
I want you to be right.
That maybe she's now working for Potter. Is that?
I know.
Are you working for Potter now, Sydney?
No, she's not on any team.
Okay.
She's working for We the People.
All right.
Yeah, but this weekend, you're
right,
right, Jeffy. She hinted at Governor Kemp and the Secretary of State.
And they all backed off that.
Have their family gotten favors after they signed the contract with Dominion.
I know.
So let's get that proof, please.
Right. I know. But I want it to be true, too. I understand. And Donna is a perfect example of the Trump people that really believe this fraud happened. I want to be there with you. And as Pat said, he was there. I was there on Thursday. Just that they threw out the fish line. We took the hook.
Yeah.
We took it.
She had me. They started to reel me in.
Right.
And then they threw the fishing pole into the water. I mean, what the heck? And I swam off because they didn't have me anymore. What am I supposed? Am I
supposed to just go up to the fishing pole?
And I will tell you, I don't have any say over this case. So whether or not I believe it doesn't matter, quite frankly. Lori in Ohio, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hi. I was kind of thinking along the lines you guys were just saying that one of the speeches that she gave, she said the fraud was so massive that it crossed party lines.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Trump is afraid that he might be ostracized by the Republican Party if it's as massive as she says it is. I mean, Republicans involved.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he cares about that? I don't know if he cares. Trump kind of controls the Republicans and the Republican Party.
He does, but he's still got to be on. Yeah, I mean, he can't totally ostracize himself, I don't think. And she's saying she wants to do it for We the People now.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Lori. I hope you're right. I hope she does it for the We the People. Love it. Would absolutely love it. If there is truth to this and she can prove it, and the Supreme Court justices all say, "Yep, this is pretty compelling. Let's take this case." And
I know. And what's the stop?
I would love for them to overturn this election.
What is the holdup for doing it today or wait until Friday?
Yeah, why would you wait until Friday, which is a day when nobody's paying attention to the news? It's Black Friday. Everybody's out shopping. Nobody's listening to the radio.
The judges are home smoking cigars with their family.
Why wouldn't you do this as soon as you possibly can?
Right.
Why? And
You don't want to ruin Thanksgiving and having this big discussion about politics. Maybe that's what she's trying to. I don't know, man. I got nothing.
Yeah. It doesn't seem logical that they're holding back on this. Why? Why are you holding back? Well, we'll see. Hope I'm completely wrong.
I know, and if you don't trust the media, okay, I get it. You don't trust the media. But as we said earlier, if
you go to court
make
sometime.
your case somewhere,
you got to make it in court,
and it's legitimate, the people will get behind you.
Yeah, they will. And they'll insist that this
It won't
goes
matter
the
that the
distance.
fact checkers at Facebook say this has been half rebuked, or that Twitter says, you got to double click to look at the video. It won't matter.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you about realestateagentsitrust.com. Trying to sell your home can really be challenging. It's the biggest investment you probably ever make, and the longer your house just sits there, the less it becomes worth.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the point of trying to sell, let's say you own a piece of property and you want to sell it, your objectivity of that is to make a profit on that property?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
usually.
like if I bought a house for a certain amount of money, I want to sell it to someone else for more than I paid for it.
Right. Let's say you bought it for $300,000 10 years ago. Now you want to sell it for maybe $400,000 or $450,000, depending on where you live.
You don't want to just get rid of it, say for $100,000.
But if it sits there for a year and a half, is it going to be worth $450,000? That's the question you must look into. The answer is no, it's not going to be. Glenn found that out with his house in Connecticut when it went from, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't know if he wants me to say.
Well, it went down.
It went down. It went down.
It went down.
From whatever it was to $37.95. Yeah, $37.95 is what he finally sold it for.
$37.95.
No, he paid somewhat more than that. So that's what he said. Hey, I don't want this to happen to anybody else. Let's start a little place where we get good realtors together, and he did. So this is his company, and he and the team vet these agents really well. And so they're really good agents with great track records and really good marketing plans, and they really want to see you through the process. Best of all, they're fans of the show. So you're not going to hear as you're driving around looking at properties, isn't that great that Joe Biden is president-elect? You won't have to hear that and say, no, he's not. This hasn't been determined in court yet. And then he says whatever it is he says that pisses you off even more, and then you wind up in a fist fight as you're driving down the road, which is probably not ideal. No. So these are fans of the show. I love that aspect of it. So go to Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. realestateagentsitrust.com. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So, Michigan and Pennsylvania certified perhaps today. Sidney Powell's going to take her case somewhere and show us something by Friday.
She said we are proceeding to prepare our lawsuit and plan to file it this week, just like Donna said. Okay. According to Sidney, it will be epic. We will not allow this republic to be stolen by communists from without and within, or our votes altered or manipulated by foreign actors in Hong Kong, Iran, Venezuela, or Serbia, for example.
You had me at hello. You had me at hello. Let it be so, please.
Breathe.
Let it be written. So let it be done.
Release that freaking Kraken.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So while we wait for this evidence to be presented, I mean, there's good news going on in the country. Americans are pushing back on these mask mandates, on these lockdowns. They've had enough, and it's happening in municipality after municipality across the country.
And the numbers continue to rise, and people's lives are just...
It's because the mask doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do a thing. Almost has no effect whatsoever on whether or not you're going to get COVID-19.
Yeah, Brett Hume said the main reason you should wear a mask is because it makes people feel better that you pass on the street.
That's where we're at.
Up.
That's exactly right.
He's right.
Ugh,
yeah, that's right.
Madness.
It just, my wife and I went into Walmart on Saturday for a couple of items, and I forgot my mask, and so I'm walking around in
How dare you?
Yeah, I know, and they have a mask policy. And so I'm walking around with a naked face in there.
That mask policy is.
Yeah, nobody said anything to me.
They don't say anything.
I got some sideways looks.
Right,
I got the stink eye from a few people.
Sure, right.
but I didn't even realize it until we're about halfway through the experience, and I'm like, oh wow, geez, I left my mask outside in the car. Oh well, and all hell didn't break loose.
The thing is,
as far as I know, I don't have COVID-19.
On.
Yeah, everybody else is.
So you
were they
good.
Protected?
You were good.
I'm protected. They're not protected for me, and I know that I don't have it. So
we're good.
We're all good here, right?
The point Brett Hume was making was he says, no, that's a legitimate reason to wear a mask. It's just to make people feel around.
And I did feel bad that I didn't have it on, and I was probably pissing everybody off. I thought,
that's where I'm at most of the time too. It's not worth it.
It's just not worth it. All right, I'll put it on for a minute, whatever.
Makes you feel good.
The longer we conform to this, the longer we prove that we will do whatever they tell us. And then the next thing in line will be the vaccines.
I know.
And when we try to push back on that.
It's a private business, though. And if they don't want you in it without the mask, I mean, it's just,
I know. I also
just
know.
being a reasonable human. I'm not conforming to anything. I'm just being a reasonable human being. All right, you want me to put the stupid mask on even though it doesn't do anything? All right. Are you happy now? Okay. Just trying to get along. Is that a bad thing? Should I not try to get along with people? I
don't know. I'm with you. And when you look at the screen with all three of us on the screen now, and this joke won't last long, so I'm going to do it right now while it works. One of us is home quarantined. 2 of us are not.
That's a good point.
So I'm just saying.
One of us doesn't wear a mask everywhere to make everybody feel better and tested negative as recently as a couple days ago.
But his wife has the vid. Okay.
Not my problem.
So
it is your problem.
But seriously though, this is there's glimmers this weekend. Around the nation. I don't know if you want to get to some of the
he's dying to play the videos. He's just dying to play some of the videos.
It's because we just spent over an hour and a half, talking about this election stuff that we're
and people are
rightfully angry about.
Yeah,
but there's nothing we can do until she presents this evidence that we've been told about. Meanwhile, would you like a little glimmer of hope? Then let's see what's going on around the country this past weekend.
Let's do the little kid improving his mask wearing. Let's do that because we have time for that. So
kid's an innovator. Look at this.
What's he?
Nice.
Oh my God!
I love that kid. I love that. That's well done.
That's adorable. Yeah,
sure is.
I like that. That's adorable.
I mean, it's no animal video that I know you love.
No, it's not an animal because it was an actual human being. I like little human beings.
Right.
I like them. Let's see. In Huntington Beach, California, residents are defying the lockdown. Here's a look at that.
Look at this. Yeah, this is
live out here.
A lot of them Trump fans, obviously, waving Trump flags.
Yes.
Look at those evil conservatives knocking over businesses, setting them on fire, breaking windows, ripping people out of their cars.
Except for none of that. Yeah. Just celebrating life and being outside.
I know. I mean,
yeah, we're outside. What are you going to do about it?
People are out and about around here too, man.
Oh yeah.
People have had enough, right? I talked about the story article I read about the people in this area that have said, "Look, we're gonna do what we can to be safe, but we're not going to be locked down anymore."
Yeah, even New Jersey business owners this weekend started their own little march in defiance of Governor Murphy there. I guess Governor Murphy didn't get the okay from
New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey, New York. In Buffalo, New York, we're going to show you some people who had the authorities show up at their place of business while they're doing a meeting, and they weren't going to be bullied. In fact, they bullied them out the door.
They sure did.
I love it. We'll share that with you. Coming up, Pat Gray Unleashed. And welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also add Pat Unleashed on Twitter. All right. We're talking about the situation with the legal team. Also the mask wearing fiasco that continues now. And they're talking lockdowns.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a number of places now that are going back into serious lockdown.
Governor Abbott was just on Fox News saying, not here.
I know.
Not going to lock it down again. So thank you for that. A lot of people are pissed off at him.
He's feeling heat from the right, and he knows he's about to have himself a primary challenge in a couple of years, and so he's got to shore that up quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think his natural tendency, though, is he doesn't want to lock down. He doesn't want to do that. I mean, I'm not as pissed off at him as many people are in this state.
This building.
Because in this building, he set the stage
on this show
for the mask wearing, for the mandates. And so he just kind of opened it up to every municipality who took him up on it. Yep, okay, we're going to shut it. We're going to lock it down at least with mask wearing. You must wear a mask anytime you go out into a public place. Okay, jeez. All right. In Texas, really?
Right. And the people that don't, nothing happens.
No, I know. And the people that do, the same thing happens. Whether you wear the mask or whether you don't, it's the same outcome, as proven in Denmark. So I don't want to hear about the mask anymore. I don't want to hear about it. Holly in New York. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to comment on the Sidney Powell thing, but first I want to say about the mask wearing. I heard something over the weekend that I thought was funny, that trying to keep the virus out using a mask is like trying to keep mosquitoes out of your yard with a chain link fence. So
it's about right.
I don't even care.
Yeah,
I don't even care because my daughter got married just a couple months ago, but she had some friends from Colorado that came out and they wanted to be tested before they flew in for the wedding.
Yeah,
and,
no kidding.
I guess they registered online or something like that. It was something that you had to register for, and then it was a drive-through check place. And so they waited in line in their cars after having registered. And they waited for a while and then decided, screw this. It was taking too long, and they left and went home. And then a week later, both of them, and they lived separately, but both of them received notification that they
tested positive. I've heard that story. I don't know how many times. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And my husband went on his hunting trip to Ohio recently. I mean, we live in New York, but he went to Ohio. And a friend of his there that he hunts with has a wife who is a nurse there in Ohio, and she had tested positive. But then I guess she gets tested regularly because of her job. And subsequently she was tested negative and then positive again and then negative. So, in 5 times of being tested, she was positive twice and negative 3 times. And each one of those positive tests, though, gets recorded.
Yep.
So you just have to wonder. But that's all I want to say about that. I wanted to comment on the Sidney Powell thing. I wanted to say that I read a statement that she released because I heard her on Newsmax over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But she also said that she was, it's not that she was kicked off the legal team. She was never officially on the legal team.
Yeah, I know. That's
what
we read.
In her statement.
I know.
She said that she's never submitted a bill of charges or anything to the White House.
I know.
Right.
We read it.
So, I mean, she's not officially. And I think these people that are distancing themselves from her at this point, it's because, I mean, it sounds to me like Sidney Powell is draining the swamp. And I think that maybe a lot of people might be afraid of, the
I
fallout,
hope that's true.
Or the collateral damage. And so maybe they're trying to distance themselves. And that's understandable. But there must be so much pressure on her, the whole legal team. But, and then I wanted to say she's not obligated to share, her evidence. Because, number one, I mean, the people that have come forward that people know about have been threatened.
Yeah.
And I know that she gave Tucker Carlson a name that wasn't attached to any of their current cases.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to me that she wouldn't reveal or disclose all the evidence that she has.
Well,
I mean,
she's not obligated, but she should show her. She's running out of time.
Right. We got to put the cards on the table.
Out of time. I mean, we don't have the luxury of waiting until, I don't know, December to do this. She's got to get going on this thing. The time is running out. Tick-tock. Let's get going. I don't understand what the holdup is. What is the holdup? Show the evidence to somebody you trust. She's got to trust somebody. Get it in court somewhere. Make the claim in court that you made to the American people, because they haven't even done that yet. Make the claim. They haven't even talked about massive fraud in court yet. Haven't even talked about it. Haven't even brought it up as if it weren't an issue. Why? So, I don't know. That's... Appreciate it, Holly. Thanks for the call.
And you're 100% right, Holly. She's not obligated.
She's not obligated. I mean, you can wait until January 30th if you want to.
And I read her silly statement, and I read the statement from the Trump team, and I got it. Everybody's distancing themselves and playing word games with each other. I got it. But America believes she was on the team.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump
said she was on the team.
As much as said it, if not.
He did say it. He said she was part of the wonderful team of lawyers. He said.
Did you have the audio actually of Donald Trump there? Because it sounded so much like him.
Sounded just like him. Didn't it?
But get to it.
Yeah, I don't get the wait. What is the holdup here?
I don't understand it.
What's the holdup? You got states certifying. Can it be overturned by the Supreme Court? Yes, it can. It could. But it's growing less and less likely that that's going to be the case. So show us. Let's see it, for the love of heaven, by all that is holy.
And maybe it is because she's not showing us because we wouldn't understand the game of 3D chess that she's playing. Maybe that's the case.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. Rick in Idaho, you're on the Blaze.
Yeah, hey Pat. I guess I'm like third in line here now that everybody's talked about Sidney Powell's statement.
Mm-hmm.
She did make that statement that she wasn't part of the legal team.
Right.
She hasn't got a retainer and all that crap. And then she did say that she's going to file her lawsuit.
Yes, she did.
This week.
Yeah.
She was kicked off Twitter yesterday for filing. She got a 12-hour kickoff because she filed a tweet about the CCP and Dominion and all that crap. So they kicked her off for 12 hours. So that, that statement came from Flynn on Parler, which you guys don't do Parler, I guess.
Yeah, I do. But I was looking for Flynn's statement on.
Yeah, Jeffy's on Parler. I'm about to be. Eventually.
I was looking at Flynn's stuff. I mean, I saw the post of his 3-year-old son with the Trump mask. I mean, is that what? I'm guessing that's not what you're talking about.
No. He put out a statement last night from General Flynn about the Sidney Powell, that thing that you were reading.
Yes, yeah, her actual statement. Yes, I know. Right.
I'm like 15 minutes ago. It's pathetic.
All right, thanks.
It's all good.
Appreciate it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, let me tell you about Scoremaster here real quick. Every time we share the story, we almost crashed the Scoremaster website, but the fact is that the average person has about 97 points that they can quickly add to their credit score. But, of course, you don't have any idea how to get them. That's where Scoremaster comes in, because Scoremaster's credit scientists discovered an algorithm that super boosts your credit scores, not by a few points. I've heard commercials from others that say, I raised my credit score 11 points. 11? Whoa! Wow, that must have rocked your credit world. Wow, congratulations. That doesn't do anything for you. But the average our listeners get is 61 points in less than 20 days. So say you're refinancing a home or buying a car or applying for credit, and you have just okay credit when you're buying a car. If you go to Scoremaster first and just boost it to 61 points that are average listeners get, in 20 days or less, you could save $9,000 on your car loan or $100,000 on a refinance of your home. It puts you in control. That's the good thing about it. You enroll in just minutes. They'll show you how many plus points you can add to your credit score at scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Here's some people who are not going to cave in to the Gestapo. The American Gestapo shows up at their house. Hey, you're not wearing masks. I'm not sure if it's a house. It looks like a business
Buffalo
of some
you're talking
kind.
about? Buffalo, New York?
Yes.
Okay, so a bunch of businesses got together at this gym in
they're
Buffalo,
doing a meeting.
New York, and they're having a meeting about,
Mhm.
hey, we can't live like this. This
And
is nonsense.
Then the Gestapo shows up and they're bashing them because they're not wearing masks. Well, get out of here. This is private property, which is what they tell them. Here's what happened.
These people actually work for their money, and they don't want to lose their livelihood. I've lost friends,
Call
I've lost
Sheriff
family
Howard.
who've killed themselves. I've seen clients die because they've lost their livelihood.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know you are, and I'm asking for you to guys have some compassion for the people that have lost everything.
We do have compassion for people who.
Okay, well, you need to go have compassion out in the parking lot. This is private property. This is private property.
That's great.
This is private property. It's private property. Go get a warrant. Listen, man, this is private property. They're not wanted here.
Brilliant.
So do your jobs.
Well, her job is.
Well, no, your job is to remove people that are not wanted here.
You have a
We're wanted here. They're not.
You have
She's
a health
hiding her
department
name
permit?
tag. She had her
I'm
name
not.
tag.
It's right here. It's marked here. You can see my
You're
name.
just doing that job.
There we go.
You should all be wearing masks. How
I'm
come
not
none of you
doing
have
anything.
masks on?
Don't worry about my health. My health isn't your concern.
You're meant to be wearing a mask. It's a government.
Okay, well then write me up.
It's the law.
Okay, then take me to jail.
It's not the law.
Then take me to jail.
Show me the law.
Show me the law. Show me the law.
Well, I think we gotta go.
Pause it for a second. This is great. Show me the law.
I know. There's not a law.
Yeah, this is against the law. Yeah, show me the law. Show me the law. There isn't a law, by the way. These are mandates from executives, whether they're mayors or governors. They're executive orders. They're emergency orders.
Yes.
They're not laws. Laws are passed in the legislature of your state or in Congress, in the United States Congress. They're not laws these people are talking about. And if you have to educate the local officers, the local law
I know.
enforcement, that's pretty
We're in trouble.
pathetic.
Yes,
We're in trouble.
Yes.
All right, let's see the rest of this.
Show me the law.
Well, I think we gotta go.
You have to leave. You guys have to leave.
You guys need to leave.
have to leave.
Right now, you're trespassing without a warrant. You need
Gotta love that. Love it.
We're not
You're
trespassing.
trespassing.
Doesn't matter. We have a right to be here.
Then get a warrant. Go get a warrant. Bring a warrant. Go get a warrant.
Go get a warrant.
Come back with a warrant. Or leave.
Guy knows what he's talking about. That's
No,
great.
Go on your phone outside. Go on your phone outside.
Get on your. No problem. Call outside.
Leave. Who reported it? Who reported it? Who reported it?
Oh.
You know what? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's anonymous.
It's anonymous.
But
They
it's a
can't be
legitimate
anonymous.
complaint.
You need to
It
know
can
your
be,
accuser. You need to
that's
know it
not-
cannot be
Okay, wait,
anonymous.
you gotta go get a warrant.
It
It's not
cannot be
the
anonymous.
department.
It
You
cannot be anonymous.
You gotta go get a warrant.
You don't get to
You gotta go
write
get
the
a warrant.
policies. You
It's
don't get to
code
violate the
enforcement.
Constitution.
This
It does
isn't
not
the
matter.
same
You
as
don't
that.
circumvent or subvert the Constitution.
Okay, Miss, you need to leave.
Get out. Get out.
Bye, Felicia.
And they leave. And they do. They get out.
Get
That is fantastic. People sticking up for their constitutional rights.
Yeah.
Go
and you-
get a warrant if you want to be in here telling us to wear masks. Go get a warrant. Well,
And
it's
you
not
also
the
had-
same thing. It's a different
Right.
thing when we have to do that. Okay.
That wedding in New York this weekend, 7,000 strong. They did not print up any kind of invitations. It was all word of mouth, and they showed up. Surprise! Wedding day. And that is right there in the heart of New York City.
Wait a minute.
De Blasio,
7,000 people showed up for a wedding?
Yeah. Look at that super spreader event right there.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Are
I
they
don't
all
care
wearing
anymore.
beavers?
I don't know. It's some sort of...
Is that a big
I don't know
Jewish
what it is.
celebration
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Wow.
Precisely. So people don't care anymore, and that, of course, is in Governor Cuomo's state. Where
he didn't like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
you're going
he won an
against
Emmy
the
over
man.
the weekend. Did you see
International
that? That's pretty
Emmy.
neat.
International
He
Emmy.
won it for his press conferences.
They're going to give him an international Emmy.
Oh, look at this. This is unbelievable. New Yorkers reacting to it.
So I just got home, but while I was out tonight, I heard that Cuomo got an international Emmy Award for his
Award.
COVID and how he handled it? Are you getting an award for mass murdering the elderly? Huh? What are you gonna do, a dance when you get your Emmy? Huh? Like Springtime Hitler? Did you ever watch that musical, Springtime with Hitler? Is that the name of it? You sick, demented, evil piece of you are. You're gonna actually go up there and stand on stage and get an award for that? Mass murdering of the elderly. Everyone that lost a parent or a grandparent, you really need to speak out now. You really do. You really need to come out and fight against this mother that he is. It's time. Now's the time, New York. Speak up. Don't let this commie accept this award, and the Emmy should pay too.
She doesn't seem like she is much of a fan.
She didn't mince too many words.
You picked up on that?
There, yeah. So that's great. Not a Cuomo fan. What is the citizen pushback near Kansas City? Is that
I say this with the utmost respect to you and your position, but please get out of my life.
Thank you.
Please allow us the freedom to make our choices for ourselves and our families. We are all adults here, and we are capable of making our own decisions. The idea now to start fining people for not wearing a mask is completely ridiculous. Do you really want people telling on their neighbors and friends and family like Nazi Germany?
Yeah, it's
or the
exactly what they
fiction
want.
Novel 1984? I will not. For the record, I do wear a mask
get a cage
in public,
with a rat in it
but
on
not
your head.
because I believe
That's what's
they
going to
work.
happen to you, sister.
It's because I don't want to be hassled and judged every time I need to leave my home. Before the mask order and COVID, seeing a person walking towards me with a mask and sunglasses and a hat would make me fearful. This happened to me this week when I was shopping, and I thought nothing of it, and that frightened me more. How safe can this be? Someone can be completely disguised. This is not a new normal, and I will fight against this fake new normal with all that I have. You have the chance right now to right this wrong. If a private business wants to have a mask dress code, then of course they can. But let us that don't go our own way. My dress code is none of your business. If you want to mandate something, why don't you mandate individuals being responsible for their own health? Mandate eating proper nutrition, mandate sunlight, vitamins, and exercise.
They'll get into it.
The evidence does not show that masking works.
Date, not
what they
mandate.
do is give people a false sense of security.
Thank you.
And if you
You're
truly
welcome.
believe they do, then by all means, wear one. Enough with the mandates. Give us our freedoms and the choice. That's all we are asking. Thank you.
Point of personal privilege.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
That's probably the most important point.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. She was really. Those were two strong women there.
Yes.
That,
And look, and people do care. The point is that people. It isn't that people don't care. The people do care. But we just. It's America.
Yeah.
It's
Let us make the choice.
United States of America.
And the mayor of Kansas City nearby, of course, making the issue that she brought up Nazi Germany and using that imagery is inappropriate, completely dismissing everything else that she addressed in that.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And it's just like, isn't this what we've said about marriage? Why is the government involved in that? Well, why the hell are they involved in any kind of mandate whatsoever?
Right.
She's absolutely right. Why isn't this a private person and business interaction? Freedom of choice does not apply for the left unless it's murdering a baby. We've learned that, right?
Yep. And here's how bad it is. Look how ridiculous this guy. Okay, he's hiking in. I think this is Massachusetts.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they're hiking. They're outdoors. They're on a hill of some kind, and this guy pulls down his mask, and he's all pissed off at these two women who are not wearing masks while hiking outdoors. Look at this. This is how bad this is. He spits
I
at
have
him.
COVID. I've been tested positive.
Pathetic.
You okay?
Unbelievable. No, he's not okay.
It is Massachusetts.
He's lost his stinking mind, and he's spitting on people, saying he has COVID because they're not wearing masks, and he's got his pulled down so he can spit at them.
Right.
Wow, we are supposed to believe that they care about us. Come
Right.
on, that is such a
Time to come
mask
together.
cult. What a cult. That's what it is.
It's crazy. I mean, look at how nuts the guy is over it. They're outside hiking. You shouldn't be wearing a mask while you're exerting
correct.
yourself like that.
Correct.
That's the time you don't wear a mask. For
Correct.
sure. Is outside doing strenuous activity. I'm not wearing a mask while I'm hiking.
Well, those national parks that you're parking at, those masks are mandated, right? I mean, you're
That's
supposed
why
to
I'm
wear
not
a mask.
at a national park right now.
Well, I'm just saying. if you
Otherwise,
go
I'd
for
be
a
at a
walk-
national park right now hiking because I love to do it so much. That's where I'd be. But not when I have to wear a mask.
I mean, you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm
You're telling
you.
me because there's nothing I enjoy.
Because I know
more
what a
than-
hiker you are at
Oh,
national
man.
parks.
You can't. You can't drag me away. You put me on a trail. It's tough to make a decision whether I want to go right or left down that.
I'd be at
trail,
Arches
but-
right now. I'd be
Yes!
hiking right through those beautiful
I-
arches in southern Utah this minute.
I was so angry the last time I was there. People were in motor coaches driving around when they could be out walking
in a motor
through
coach
the park.
Oh wow, that pisses me
I
off,
know.
too. Yeah.
You're at a national park. Walk.
There's no more bigger enthusiast of hiking than I am.
This program.
No, this whole
right
program.
today. Yeah, thank you.
I know you love to
Oh,
hike.
man.
Keith,
I
he loves
can't.
to hike. I mean, we are all about
Give me
the hiking.
Give me a water bottle and a backpack and set me free, boy.
A pair of hiking boots.
Oh man,
Give me some hiking boots.
I mean, those are sure. Do I want hiking boots?
You
yes.
bet.
Do I need them?
No.
I want to go hiking. There's nothing I want to do more.
And then you got some a-hole spitting on you.
Right.
Because you don't have a mask on while you hike. What a world.
I know.
What a world.
I know.
Well, I'll tell you something. When the vote is overturned,
thank you.
This stuff is going right down the drain.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
big news. And look, we know from the press release on all social media platforms, even in Parler, that
she's
filing
doing it.
is happening either today or
Friday.
Friday
or the week after.
Sometime
next.
this week.
I don't. I hope so.
Me too.
Let's hope so.
I
Let's
want
hope
it
she
to
does
happen.
Yeah, I would desperately want it to
You have
happen.
time to see a man save a puppy from an alligator's jaws?
Oh,
I know
yeah,
you
that's
love
right. This is
animal
pretty
videos.
cool. It's a
Watch
teeny
this.
alligator, but it's an alligator.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at that. Look at this guy.
Look at
Doesn't
it.
even
No,
lose
but
the
that's
cigar.
It's like a little kid alligator. Big
Shut
deal.
up, Jeffy.
Yeah, and look at him. He finally pries the jaws open. And the dog's out. Okay,
Everybody's
nice
fine.
job.
I got news for Fluffy.
Everything
in my
worked
life,
out.
man. Fluffy ain't making it.
All right, we'll
Not going in the water after that.
see you tomorrow.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.